Please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I'm Captain David Spangler, Assistant Professor of Military Science at the University of Idaho's Chrisman Battalion. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Jason Ackerman, I would like to give a warm welcome to all of the family and friends of the commissioning cadets and all other guests who are in attendance today. Today, we will commission cadets Max Bearden, Colin Ferguson, Sophia Fisher, Matthew McGill, Aiden O'Connor, D.T. Pandya, Travis Schreiner, and Maxwell Wooster as second lieutenants in the United States Army. Family and friends who have traveled to Moscow, thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion. Your presence and support for our new officers is greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Professor of Military Science at the University of Idaho, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Ackerman.
Well, hey, let's hope the rain holds off here. 4%, I think we're going to get all 4 of it, so bear with me. Distinguished guests, families, friends, cadre, and most importantly, our commissioning cadets, welcome and good morning. Today is a proud day for everyone in attendance. We celebrate not only the accomplishment, but a commitment to serve our nation as officers in the U.S. Army. To the cadets commissioning today, you have earned this moment. Through years of hard work, discipline, and perseverance, you have demonstrated the character and leadership we expect out of an Army officer. You successfully balanced academics, physical training, leadership responsibilities, and personal challenges while continuing to push forward. There were early mornings, difficult field training exercises, demanding standards, demanding cadre, and moments where quitting probably would have seemed a lot easier. However, you stayed the course, and that perseverance speaks volumes on your potential to lead. I also want to recognize the families, the friends, and the mentors here today with us. Your support played a crucial role in each of these cadets' success. I'm a strong believer in behind every newly commissioned lieutenant is a team of people who encouraged them, challenged them, and believed in them. As you take your oath today, remember this: commissioning is not the end goal. It's the beginning of a lifelong responsibility. The gold bar that you will wear represents trust. Soldiers will look to you for guidance, competence, and leadership. They're not going to expect perfection from you, but they will expect integrity, humility, and a genuine care for their welfare. You're joining a tradition built on selfless service and sacrifice. The nation places tremendous trust in its Army officers. And I am confident each of you is prepared to carry that responsibility forward. So on behalf of the cadre and the staff of the program, congratulations on this achievement. We're proud of what you have accomplished, and we look forward to watching you succeed as leaders in the Army. So without further delay, let's bring these very deserving young leaders into the Army as commissioned officers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand while our new officers take the oath of office.
I, Max Bearden.
I, Colin Ferguson.
I, Sophia Fisher.
I, Matthew McGill.
I, Aiden O'Connor.
I, Deepi Pandya.
I, Travis Schreiner.
I, Maxwell Wooster,
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental
or
reservation
purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please be seated. Each officer receives their commission directly from the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, the Honorable Donald Trump. For the Army, it is also signed by the Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Daniel Driscoll. This certificate serves as an outward sign of the faith and confidence afforded by all commissioned officers. I will now read this commission aloud. I ask that current and former military members in attendance please rise. To all who shall see these presents greeting, know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Max Bearden, Colin Ferguson, Sophia Fisher, Matthew McGill, Aiden O'Connor, Deepi Pandya, Travis Schreiner, and Maxwell Wooster, I do appoint them second lieutenants in the United States Army on this 15th day of May, 2026. These officers will therefore carefully and diligently discharge the duties of the office to which appointed by doing and performing all manner of things thereunto belonging. And I do strictly charge and require those officers and other personnel of lesser rank to render such obedience as is due to an officer of this grade and position. And these officers are to observe and follow such orders and directions from time to time as may be given by the President of the United States of America or other superior officers acting in accordance with the laws of the United States of America. This commission is to continue in force during the pleasure of the President of the United States of America under the provisions of those public laws relating to officers of the armed forces of the United States of America and the component thereof in which this appointment is made. Done at the city of Moscow, Idaho, this 15th day of May, in the year of our Lord, 2026, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 249th, by the President, the Honorable Donald Trump, and the Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Daniel Driscoll. Please be seated. We now invite those family and friends who will participate in the commissioning by presenting their insignia to please come forward to the stage at this time. Second Lieutenant Max Bearden, a distinguished military graduate, is being penned by his mother, Kimberly Bearden, and his sister, Second Lieutenant Elizabeth Bearden. He is being commissioned into the infantry branch and will be serving on active duty.
Second Lieutenant Bearden, I'd like to personally thank the Cadre Regiment Christian Battalion for the foundation they have provided you, sharing your path in leadership in the United States Army. Your guidance, professionalism, being subject matter experts in the field, personal experiences have exceeded my expectations within your development. For you and your peers, this is a unique time in history to commission the United States military. There are few who can say they commissioned on our country's 225th anniversary. For the past 250 years, your bloodlines between Basque, Dutch, English, Spanish, Mexican, Native American heritage have answered the call to support and develop our America for the past 250 years. I was once told that a quality of man can be judged by the attendance at his funeral. I believe that is a fair statement, but I would also ask you to take a tactical pause now and look at the people here to support you. Active duty officers recently commissioned on leave, your mother, your grandmother, our children of service members of combat arms, soldiers and sailors, your sister who represents the king of battle, and your mother who alone has carried you through multiple deployments in my absence. The soldiers and sailors directly in front of you now represent a combined service of over 70 years to support America. With honor and pride, we stand before you to receive your first salute. Present.
Second Lieutenant Bearden is receiving his first salute from his father, First Sergeant Retired Taft Bearden.
All right, my speech time now. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for being here, of course, especially to the cadre, both the new PMS here, Lieutenant Colonel Ackerman and Mr. Warren as well. Both have developed me into who I am today. Both have given me opportunities as in schools and everything. Both never gave up on me. Mr. Warren knows my GPA wasn't exactly the best freshman year, but no one gave up on me, so I do appreciate that. Gosh. Again, sorry. So getting a little emotional over that speech. It's hard to give a speech after my dad, but I'd like to thank my brothers in Phi Kappa Tau that are here. It made a great college experience. I'll say any hard times in ROTC. Oh, I like to over my sister. She's over there crying. It's all right. Every hard time in ROTC, I'd go home to them and it'd be a lot better. So I'd like to thank Sophia for her support. And of course, to my mother and my father, my grandparents and all them. Gosh, thank you everybody. Probably start crying if I keep talking. So thank you everybody who supported me along the way.
Second Lieutenant Colin Ferguson, a distinguished military graduate, is being penned by his parents, Scott and Carrie Ferguson, and his brother, Connor Ferguson. He is being commissioned into the Military Intelligence Branch with a branch detail in infantry and will be serving on active duty. Second Lieutenant Ferguson is receiving his first salute from his fraternity brother, Specialist Omar Rios.
First off, just want to thank all my friends and family for coming out to see me. I appreciate it. I sincerely love all you guys. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you to the cadre for everything. I appreciate it. These 4 years have gone by really fast. I've made so many great memories, great friends, and I'm just truly grateful that I have the opportunity to come here to the University of Idaho. And I'm truly honored to take this position, and I will do my very best to carry it out with honor and distinction. Thank you.
Second Lieutenant Sophia Fisher, a distinguished military graduate, is being penned by her parents, Andreas and Nanette Fisher, and her brother, Alexander Fisher. She is being commissioned into the Military Intelligence Branch and will be serving on active duty. Second Lieutenant Fisher is receiving her first salute from her mentor, Sergeant First Class Retired Thomas Van Overmeer.
Okay, so I just want to thank everyone for coming out to Moscow. Glad the weather turned up really well. I want to thank my parents in particular, my brother, and my aunt, and just everyone in my life, really. Also, as well as past cadre, current cadre, I could not thank y'all enough. Like, there are not enough words out there. Give me a second. There. I also want to thank everyone, like cadet-wise, Max, for being my backbone and just always for believing in me. Thank y'all for everything.
Second Lieutenant Matthew McGill is being penned by his parents, Mark and Diana McGill, and his brother, Mark McGill. He's being commissioned into the Military Intelligence Branch with a branch detail in the Chemical Corps and will be serving on active duty. Second Lieutenant McGill is receiving his first salute from his father, Air Force Master Sergeant Retired Mark McGill.
Matthew, as a young boy with the help of God, his mother and I instilled character, honesty, and integrity are virtues you need to succeed in the United States Army as an officer. And I'll hand you over to the United States.
Not gonna lie, I kind of spent a few days making a speech, and then this morning I was like, I'm just gonna scratch it. So we're scratching my speech that I made. I just want to thank everyone for coming out today. This day really means a lot to all of us. Honestly, it's a day I did not think I would ever do. You told me 8 years ago that I'd be joining the military and becoming an officer. Probably would have just laughed in your face and said, yeah, that's real funny. But God does miraculous things. He puts you in places you never thought you'd be, puts people in your life that need to be there, like Faith. You're the best person that's ever come into my life, and can't wait to travel the world with you and get married here in a few months. Be fun. My parents, thanks for everything you guys done. It really means a lot. All the time and sacrifices you guys made growing up, taking me baseball games, everything. It really means a lot. So just thanks everyone for coming. Really appreciate it.
Second Lieutenant Aidan O'Connor is being pinned by his father, Sean O'Connor, and his sister, Pandora Schartzer, and his wife, Elizabeth O'Connor. He is being commissioned into the logistics branch and will be serving in the Idaho National Guard. Second Lieutenant O'Connor is receiving his first salute from his mother, Angelina O'Connor.
I have a piece of paper because if I look at you guys while I'm saying this, I'll probably start tearing up too. So I've had 5 years to decide what I wanted to say during my speech, and it has undergone probably hundreds of revisions up until this point. There have been times where I've wanted to talk about how much I've grown as a person, but I just think about how my family has taught me everything I know. About how to talk, how to act, how to respect everyone and everything around me. And through their own military service, they've taught me duty, honor, and loyalty to one's country. I wanted to talk about how much my leadership style has changed, but I end up just thinking about my peers, those who are already commissioned, those who are behind me, and then those of you who are still taking a little extra time to cook. You guys have shown me what to do, what not to do, and have made every day feel all the more fruitful. I wanted to talk about how much I've learned, but I end up thinking about all the mentors I've had, all the cadre, the professors and teachers who have shown me what they've learned through their own experiences, allowing me to succeed and to fail, all for my own development. I've also wanted to talk about how much I've accomplished, but I end up thinking about my wife, who's driven me to every single field training exercise, has refused to allow me to carry my own rucksack back into the apartment, who has supported me through every good and bad decision, and through it all has kept me humble every single day. So at the end of the day, this gold bar is not just my accomplishment, it's our accomplishment. Thank you to every single person here that sits in the amphitheater, everyone that stands beside and behind me, for giving me this opportunity. And I'll use everything you have taught me and pay it forward to the soldiers that I'll be leading in the future. Thank you.
Second Lieutenant D.T. Pandya is being penned by her parents, Prakash and Falguni Pandya, and her brother, Yagnik Pandya, and her friend, Staff Sergeant Wellington. She is being commissioned into the logistics branch and will be serving on active duty. Second Lieutenant Pandya is receiving her first salute from her brother, Private First Class Yagnik Pandya.
Oh. I got a speech written down too, because this is hard. Okay. Standing here today, a newly commissioned second lieutenant. Honestly, hard to put into words. That's on paper. After everything, the long days, the challenges, the sacrifices, and the people who stood beside me, I can finally say we made it. First, I want to thank my family. To my dad. The best thing. Thank you. I'm just gonna read. To my mom, thank you for giving me the empathy, the compassion, and the nurturing heart that reminds me that leadership is about people first. To my brother, thank you for being one of the biggest reasons I strive to be the best version of myself every single day. You remind me why mentorship matters and why I want to guide and take care of young soldiers the same way I would want someone to guide you in the future army as you decide what your career will be. Of course, to my dog, who's not here. He's been the best snuggle buddy, the best person I can vent to, and he knows everyone I like and I do not like. And he barks at the right people. One thing I was always carry with me is this. The rank alone is not going to make me an officer. I'll never forget that respect is earned daily, and that is also instilled into me by my parents. Through competence, humility, consistency, and how you treat your soldiers. I want to earn my place every single day, not just wear it on my chest and roam around. So now, that's my family here, but I want to move on to my bigger family, my military family. To Son Wellington, thank you for flying all the way from Germany and being here today. At some point, I knew that first salute had to go to you somewhere. Ever since I was a Lee Wee E4. Son Major Ellis, thank you for your impactful words and for setting the example of what leadership for all of us lieutenants will be and being the mentor that an NCO I need in my life. To Captain Handy, thank you for being the kind of mentor I aspired to become. You made it possible for me to be standing here today and doing all this and crying up here. So Lieutenant Campbell, I can't wait to see you here in a bit. Thank you for teaching me to be never late and hungry at the same time. If you're late, make sure you're never hungry. Most importantly, never panic when some things are stressful because there's always someone else you can stress out. To Colonel Hamrick, thank you for trusting me, challenging me, and allowing me to grow as my battalion commander. To Colonel Ack, thank you for allowing me to be authentically myself. I know it's hard to deal with. This program has taken me to a great path, and I'm grateful to be commissioned from here because I definitely doubted being in Moscow, Idaho. To my son Striffler, thank you for constantly challenging me and teaching me how to maintain calm in the middle of the chaos. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that whenever I'm in doubt, I have to just ask one question. Do I want to be a leader who's simply liked or respected? And the answer is always respected. The lesson will always change the way I'll view leadership, and it's something I'll carry with me throughout my life. If I keep naming every single person, we'll be here for a good minute. So to wrap it up to all the cadre and to all my peers at Chrisman Battalion, thank you for everything you have poured into me this past few years. Your mentorship, patience, and investment has shaped the way I am and how I am standing here. Of course, I gotta be the authentic me. I will be persistent. There are so many more friends, both civilian and military, who's taken their time out to be here with me. I know I got family and friends everywhere, and I'm grateful that you are here with me either in person or, of course, watching me and blowing my phone up. To my peers, when you all graduate here, when you take care of your people, people will take up the mission. Please take care of your people, and we will be working somewhere down the line. For those who are about to commission in the future, I can't wait to work with you. From my very good friends who are sitting to my left here, thank you for helping me get through my 2 years. And that's it. We made it, team. Thank you.
Second Lieutenant Travis Schreiner, a distinguished military graduate, is being penned by his older brother, Trey Schreiner, older sister, Tori Schreiner, and younger sister, Taylor Schreiner. He's being commissioned into the aviation branch and will be serving on active duty. Second Lieutenant Schreiner is receiving his first salute from his grandfather, Staff Sergeant retired, Jerry Schreiner Sr.
Oh, I guess I'll start off by saying this. It's an honor to be right here in front of you guys today. To get to this point, it's some people said it, some people not, but it takes a group and takes a family to get here. Honestly, for me, I felt like it took the entire nation to get me here. It's been a long time coming, and I couldn't have done it without my family, near and far. Love you guys. You guys' love and support has really driven me maybe to be the best I can be and strive to do better every day. I'd like to thank my friends. Oh, we've done some dumb things, but we've also had some really fun times, and it's every day I come home to a great group of friends, great group of people, and I keep going on because of them. I'd like to thank Mr. Warren, both Mandy Roberts and Minnie Busby, as well as First Sergeant Dare. You guys set me on the right path from the beginning, although I may have been really terrified of you guys to start with. You guys set me up for do good, and I'll continue to do better. For current cadre, thank you guys for the long drives to JBLM. Those were awesome. You also just fighting for me, fighting for my spot, to get me to accomplish my dream. Appreciate you guys. My peers, we may have argued, and we all, oh my God, we fight all the time, but we've been through lots of fun. We failed, succeeded. I'm grateful to have you guys in my class, my peers. You accomplished the mission. You graduated, you guys. I'd thank my cadets, fellow cadets, younger cadets for being here. Hope you guys can use me as a little bit of inspiration. Fighting for aviation was a really hard thing to do. I accomplished my dreams. I hope you guys can do the same. And dreams happen, so keep pushing forward. Keep doing you guys. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys up top in the sky. Thank you.
Second Lieutenant Maxwell Wooster is being penned by his parents, Tim and Laura Wooster, and his uncle, Patrick Wooster. He is being commissioned into the Air Defense Artillery Branch and will be serving on active duty. Second Lieutenant Wooster is receiving his first salute from his sister, Specialist Claire Wooster.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, they saved the best for last. But on an honest note, I want to thank you for all being here, for myself and for all my peers. We couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. All of you have played a part in our lives, and it's just been a wonderful time getting to know these guys and getting through all the ups and downs. I'd also like to thank my family. They've helped through the hard times, the fun times, especially my younger sister. She's currently on leave from being deployed down to Texas on the border wall. So a big shout out to her. I'd also like to thank all of my friends, especially the ones right behind me and the ones up in the stands. I couldn't ask for better people to serve alongside and hopefully serve with later. To my past and current cadre, they've, like Schreiner said, they fought for me. They've helped supported me. They've been the best, especially our team of Mandys, working through all of the paperwork and everything that we could ever possibly think of and need. And this is something I knew that I wanted to do for a long time. From being young, playing video games to now, I love this nation. I love the people in this nation, and I want to protect it. I look forward to serving with these people behind me and all the people in the audience as well. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to our newly commissioned second lieutenants. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce our guest speaker for today's commissioning ceremony, Command Sergeant Major Paul Ellis. Command Sergeant Major Ellis is currently serving as the Command Sergeant Major at Joint Munitions Command at Rock Island Arsenal, Illinois. Please join me in welcoming Command Sergeant Major Ellis.
I don't know about you, but today I'm inspired. My heart is filled with joy, and I'm more so committed to our nation when I sit out and look at our brand new lieutenants. But what I'm most inspired about is when I look out at the audience and I see the family. The late General Ordonez said, "The strength of our nation is our soldiers, and the strength of our soldiers is our family." And so I wanted to say my hats off to you for standing beside your soldier, which is sitting in front of us today, for pushing them and probably a little kick in the butt at some point, and just to be that example that they can be here today. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give our families who are here today a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge all the veterans that's in the crowd. As I look out, I see some, I wouldn't say old, because then I'll probably be doing some push-ups. As I look at our Vietnam veterans that's out here, well, what I'll say is mature veterans, but really hats off to all our veterans. We're standing on our shoulders and all the path you have paved for each and every one of us to be here today. And I just want to say I salute you, and I thank you for being here with us. So let's give our veterans a round of applause, please. I also acknowledge that days like these, you just don't show up and it happened. Well, we all in the stands, you show up and things are set up, the flags, the podium, this mic, but there's a crew in the background that's been probably running around all morning to get things over here and to ensure this day goes perfect. And so I want to say thank you for the crew that had a part in setting up this event today and making it a great event. And then for the person that prayed to the weather gods to keep the rain off. That 4% was looking like it's about, we're going to get all 4%, but we didn't. So thank you for those that had a part in setting this up today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give those individuals a round of applause. Now, I don't know if I can do this day any justice after listening to the speeches that the cadets have had, and then listen to First Sergeant Beardman. I think I might have butchered the name. Well, listen to the words that you had for your lieutenant, and to listen to Chief Master Sergeant, my Air Force counterpart over there. And he ends by saying, "I give my son, I give you to the nation," if I recall right. And that's powerful. And so I'm going to do my very best to do today some justice. So Lieutenant Colonel Eckerman, distinguished guests, proud families, friends, and most importantly, the men and women who just pinned on their first bar. Wow, they just pinned on their first bar. I'm excited and proud of you guys. Good morning. As I stand here, I'm honored to be a part of this defining moment. And as you have stepped across the threshold, I am reminded of the words of Theodore Roosevelt. Far better to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even through checkered failure, than to rank with those timid spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in a great twilight that knows no victory nor defeat. Today, dare to be mighty, dare to lead. I say again, dare to be mighty, dare to lead. Now, I'll be honest. I remember sitting through my share sermons like this one, listen to speakers that they really meant the world, but lost the audience in about 5 minutes into the speech. And I made a promise to myself, well, more like I was threatened by some new lieutenants. They said, "Sergeant Major, if your speech did not hit today, you're going to come to attention. We're going to put you at attention right after the ceremony." So lieutenants, I hope I can do you guys some justice today. So a few weeks ago, I sat at my desk trying to figure out what I'm going to say in my speech. I had envelopes in there, the kind that you set aside because it means something, but you don't know what to do with it yet. My 10-year-old daughter walked into the room and said, "Dad, what's that envelope?" I told her, "It's from one of Daddy's coworkers." She said, "Can I read it?" I said, "Sure." She pulled it out, read it out loud, and right there in my office and in the middle of that card I found everything I need to say to you today. So you can thank my 10-year-old or you can blame it on her. But I'll leave that for you to decide. Inside the envelope was a card from an officer I had mentored over 20 years ago. She included a military coin and she wrote, I saved this coin, the number 1, because you were my first non-commissioned officer. I am eternally grateful. You are 3 traits I have admired and carried with me throughout my career and my life. Now, I had to sit with them for a little bit because here's an officer who had built a distinguished career and she still remembered her first non-commissioned officer. Not just what he did, but what he stood for. Those 3 things she wrote are what I want to leave with you today. The first, try hard things. She didn't write pursue excellence. She wrote try hard things, plain and direct. She remembered watching me learn to swim as an adult, not when it's easy, but when it's uncomfortable and humbling and when nobody's giving you the credit for it. I did it anyway. And she said that stuck with her. You are about to walk in your units where your platoon sergeant may have more years in service than you've been alive. They will not be moved by your academic record or by your physical fitness score. They'll be watching whether you are willing to try. The leader who earns genuine loyalty, not just compliance, are the ones who walk towards hard things instead of around them. Try hard things. Let your soldiers see you do it, and you will earn more credibility in one moment than you could in years of appearance. The second, standards and discipline. She wrote that you can only control yourself and that others are always watching you react when things get hard. From the moment you walk through the doors of your first unit, your soldiers will be reading you. Every action, every decision you make, when it costs you something, will tell them exactly what and who you are about. Here's what I need you to hear. If you take care of your soldiers, your officer evaluation report will reflect it. If you focus on your officer evaluation report, you will fail, and your soldier will know it before you do. Your non-commissioned officers are your greatest assets and your most essential partners. Every general officer I've witnessed being promoted has mentioned their first non-commissioned officer, every single one. That's not coincidence. Hold yourself to the standard before you ask anyone else, and your soldiers will respect you long before you ever demand it. The third, have fun. A game of bowling, a holiday meal, a small gift. She said these things brings people together and lasting joy. And she's right. This army will challenge you in ways you cannot anticipate today. Through all of it, your unit will take its cue from you. A leader who holds a mission and holds the people at the same time is a leader worth following. Know your soldiers' name. Know their families. Show up, because that is the foundation of unit cohesion, and unit cohesion always wins. Before I close today, I want to do a little something. And this is right, your first order from non-commissioned officer, really, and from a sergeant major. So I want you to look left. I want you to look right. And I want you to tell your battle buddies that's sitting beside of you, because our army, you are better for it, and our army is better for it. Ready? Go. Ah, man, nobody can hear you. All right, we're going to try this again. Hold on. Now we're going to try it again. We're going to try it again. I'll make it simple this time. All right, so you're going to look left, you're going to look right, and you're going to tell your buddy sitting beside of you, because of you, our army is better.
Because of you, our army is better.
All right, there we go. There we go. Awesome. So when things go right, give your soldiers the credit publicly and without hesitation. When things go wrong, and they will, your name is on it. Not your platoon sergeant, yours. That's not a burden. That's the job. Embrace it. And your soldier will trust you with everything they have. 3 things from a card I never expect to receive, carried by an officer for over 2 decades, and read to me by my 10-year-old daughter on an ordinary evening. Try hard things. Standards and discipline matter. Have fun. The bar you have pinned on today is not measured in metal. It is not measured. It is measured in the lives, the careers, and in some circumstances, the safety of every soldier you will ever be under your charge. That's the weight of the bar. And I know you're ready to carry it. So I'll leave you with one question, and I want you to sit with it. 20 years from now, when one of your soldiers sit down to write your card, what will it say? Congratulations, Lieutenant. You earned this moment, and I'm extremely proud of you. Now go earn what comes next. Be all you can be. This will defend. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song.
Sing along, the army of the
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Ackerman and our new proud officers, we appreciate your attendance today. Thank you.